Well, Mr. President, we took a boat trip yesterday, and it was very clear that the drug czars and the smugglers they run much of Mexico and certainly the border towns. You have to pay the drug smugglers just to get into a park. You've got to pay them to make a move. They are in charge. Unfortunately, Mr. President, this administration is blaming you and your administration, and they refuse to give you any credit for many of the accomplishments you've had. I'll get to the COVID accomplishments in a minute, but just recently Kamala Harris said in an interview that they inherited this crisis, and her answer to it is to send $310 million to these Northern Triangle countries. Many people just yesterday told me that money will end up in the hands of the drug czars and the smugglers as well as politicians. So what is your take on, I know you've had a lot of time to think about this, you see how they're blaming you on everything, and they do not attribute the successes that you've had to your administration. How do you feel about that? What's your reaction to what we're hearing in terms of their answer, the $310 million to the Northern Triangle countries?
It's ridiculous, number one, and the drug czars and others will get it, and people running the country will take it, and it won't go to where it's meant to go. But the number is going to be much larger than that they're going to get many times larger than that. And obviously, they're very ungracious people. I did the vaccine. They like to take the vaccine, but even the fake news isn't giving them credit for that. We did the vaccine, saved, just tens of millions of lives throughout the world by coming up with a vaccine. If I weren't president, the vaccine, you wouldn't have a vaccine for 5 years. 3 to 5 years would be the minimum. I got it done in less than 9 months, and that's only because of me. If I wasn't president, you wouldn't have a vaccine. And then I went out and spent billions of dollars to buy the vaccine before approval. So people are getting shots long before they would have. Otherwise, you wouldn't have been getting your shots till October or November. Nobody would have had a shot right now. So, and people are giving us credit, even, the fakers. We got a lot of fake news people, but we're getting credit for that. But I do see where the Biden people and Biden are trying to take credit even for the vaccine. The other thing is with Operation Warp Speed, we were delivering vaccine at a level that was unheard of. We had just gotten it approved. We started within 1 minute of approval. I mean, we were all set. We had a great delivery system, and all they did is take what we had and keep it moving. And, tremendous numbers of people have been vaccinated because of what we did. On January 20th, they took over what we did. And I'll tell you what, it was the military, and it was a system of transportation and system of getting those shots out to people like nobody's ever seen. It was a military operation. The generals did a phenomenal job, and then they took it over, and it kept going. Very simply, it kept going. But and then they blew it with Johnson & Johnson. They should have never done a pause with Johnson & Johnson. That was done for either political reasons or because they like Pfizer so much. But what they did with Johnson & Johnson was horrible. They want everybody to get a vaccine, and then they do a pause, which got so much publicity, hasn't recovered yet. What they did there was just terrible. But the vaccine saved millions and millions of people throughout the world. We have the best vaccines. Nobody even says they have better than what we have. We have the best in the world. Everybody's trying to get them, and that was all done by Trump.